everybody and welcome to another Transformers review. Thanks to the guys over at Kapow Towers. I'm taking a look at the Combiner Wars Leader Class Armada Megatron. Like with the other figures in the Combiner Wars line, Megatron does have a cartoon graphic on the side. We have both a picture of his robot and tank mode on the back, 15 steps transformation, and of course he has a small bio. On the bottom of the box we get our standard warning about choking hazards, and this is not for small children.
Transformers.
And here he is. What a truly amazing figure. I decided to go for the Armada model as opposed to the Generation 1 style Megatron, just for the sheer fact we've got the Apollyon coming from X-Transbot, and it does look like a truly fantastic figure. And I don't feel that the Generation 1 version of this mould is true to either the Generation 1, the Generation 2 or the IDW. It's kind of here and all there. Whereas this one is extremely reminiscent of the Armada figure. And it's just kind of brought a very static Armada figure into the 21st century with some really great articulation and some fantastic detailing. Take the head sculpt, for example. I mean, that is an absolutely fantastic head. Captures so much expression there. Really does look like it's ripped directly from the Armada cartoon. It's fantastic, and it has really nice light piping, so you're not going to be able to pick that up. I don't know if I can get that in there. I can't quite get, but the light really does shine through those eyes. As you saw in the opening sequence, it actually comes as standard with the backpack section back down and round in the middle there, which is very IDW-esque for the G1 style Meg, but I do like them up and round, which gives it that Armada-esque tank tracks H-tank behind the head look. The articulation on Megatron is fairly good. It's not amazing, but it's substantial. He can look up that much, down that much. The head does do a full 360. It's not on a ball, it's actually on a pivot and a rotation mushroom peg. The arms can come forward and back. They can rotate on a ratchet joint all the way around, but you do have to pull it forward to get full range of motion there. If you have it backwards, then it does hit his tank tracks. The shoulders themselves slide inwards and out, although that's a very uncomfortable looking joint. I don't like that at all. It's quite an ugly joint. It kind of swivels in there. The elbow does a full good 90 degrees, along with a rotation. The wrists, although a fixed fist, can still rotate fully. The waist, full 360 degree turn with no hindrance. The side skirts do lift up to allow the full Van Damme style splits, although the front side skirts don't move forward, so you have a limited range of motion forwards, but still have a great range of movement backwards. It's also a rotation on the upper thigh. A bend at the knee, unfortunately hindered due to the tank tracks. And there's a little bit of play in the foot. It's more of a wobble sideways than an actual pivot. And you do have forward and backwards motion. The gun that I've placed on this side of the arm, that can detach, can actually separate into two pistols, or I like to keep it together and like to put the combined gun in its fist as well. The gun on this arm is actually fixed into place. It's on a swivel hinge. It does fully extend because that's going to form your tank turret, and it does also fire a missile as well. Yes, it does move outwards and inwards. You have to slide the wrist down, and then allows you to bring this gun section out. There is a full rotation there. I've seen a lot of people use it like so, because that's a very G1-esque fusion cannon mode. And I've also seen somebody remove the pin which holds this orange section in. It's just a single pin that goes through there. And then they remove the gun and store it underneath here. So it comes out of the side, which is, again, very much like the Armada original Megatron. But if you don't want to remove any of the pins, you can get away with turning the arm inwards and rotating the cannon down and under, bringing this arm back round. And although you've got the arm rotated like so, I think you can still kind of get away with it. It still does look like the side-mounted cannon. Now this is the reason I got Armada Megatron. The mighty tidal wave. That's right, these two can still actually combine to form Burning Megatron, just like the cartoon.
Transform! The power is mine!
And there we have him fully combined. It's not perfect, but it does look kind of cool. I kind of like it. It's just pegged on here with the joint. The arm sections don't actually go around, and they don't quite grasp around the arms. And the boat section, again, using the Minicon connectors, is actually having the rim reversed. So the fist is on the outside, like so. And the rocket pack, you have to have these back sections joined together. And they do peg in, but the pegs are slightly facing inwards. But it's a bit hapdash, but it does work. Pegging these two joints in here, they are bent in slightly, and yeah, but it still kind of works. I don't have the wings for Tidal Wave. I don't even have Tidal Wave. This is my son's. But yeah, I think he looks kind of cool with all this mounted on. It would have been nice to have the tank turret kind of rotate around the front like the original toy. But you know what? I think it's a nice little nod. For a quick size comparison, here he is with Masterpiece MP10 Optimus Prime, and of course Combiner Wars Voyager Optimus Prime. Ooh, poor Prime. Now, as amazing as Megatron's robot mode is, he does in fact transform. Let's get him changed up into tank. And here he is in his tank mode. I absolutely love it. Yes, it's not an H tank, but it's a really, really good tank. It looks absolutely phenomenal. I love the fact that the arms folded inwards on themselves and actually allows us to have a fully rotated turret section on top there. I think that's a fantastic touch. I also like the fact that the firing mechanism to fire the gun is available in both the normal gun mode, and as you slide it out, it then becomes available on the turret as well. I think that's, again, a really good touch. We've got these Minicon ports scattered here, there, and everywhere. Unfortunately, I don't actually have any Minicons or Microns to hand. I think they're probably all in storage, which is a little bit annoying, but hey, the guns themselves can rotate. You can put them wherever you want. You can have that as one big gun. You can... will they fit in these screw holes as well? They will. It's a bit of a tight push, though. These are just designed for screws on the side here, I think, but you can kind of get them in there. And same with the front. Again, that's probably just designed just for a screw, but a little bit of pressure, you can get that in there. I just really, really like the tank mode. I saw somebody had done a mock-up of this mould. It was actually the Megatron G1 style mould done up in G2 colours. Man, that looked absolutely incredible. I love the fact you've actually got working tracks. You have to apply a fair bit of pressure, but we actually have working rubber tracks. That's, again, really, really nice. Not a fan of this back section here. This bit, it doesn't really tab in too well, and it's a little bit kibbleish. See the fists here, and it's a little bit hollowed out underneath there. But hey, he's gone from being an H tank to a fairly good looking. Is that a Tiger tank? Possibly not. I'm not an expert on my tanks. If you know what sort of tank it is, please let me know. I would have liked a little bit of upwards and down motion on this gun here, but just the way how it transformed within the arms, it is locked very much into place. But all in all, a fantastic alt mode. As far as scale goes, I think he actually scales pretty well with your masterpiece cars. I personally are going to have this guy in my masterpiece collection. He is going to be standing there next to Apollyon when I get him. He's just going to build up my Decepticon team. Basically, I'm going to have it as Apollyon has gone to the different dimensions, and he's picking up and choosing his allies, bringing them back into this alternate kind of dimension, the ultimate dimension, where he's then going to attack the Autobots. Here he is with Combiner Wars Optimus Prime. Again, not a complete mismatch. If you want to display him with your Generations figures, again, I think he works really, really well. There we have it, guys. A figure that's not for everybody, but it's definitely for me. I'm a huge fan of the Armada Megatron. It was actually the Armada Superlink, Micron Legends, the Cybertron, basically the Unicron trilogy that got me back into Transformers a few years ago. So this Megatron does have a little special space in my heart. I really, really like the mould. I think the Armada version does just do it a little bit more for me than the G1 inspired version. It's just that really fantastic head sculpt, the great use of the paint applications. I love that contrasting orange, the purples, that green, that gunmetal grey throughout. I think it works really, really well, and it's a great, fantastic nod to that Armada figure. Thanks again to Kapow Toys for getting this guy shipped out to me so fast. I can't recommend him enough. I'm going to upload a full gallery of this chap on benscollectables.com. Make sure you check that out. And I'm going to go in my loft and dig out some of the Armada figures, including the Dark Star Saber, and see if we can pose this guy and show him off with the rest of the Armada team. Until next time, from myself and Armada Leader Megatron from the Combiner Wars series, goodbye.